Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Bernet. I'm thrilled to be here today with Richard Sikes. Richard, how are you today?
Hi, Alex. Thanks. I'm doing very well. I hope you are
Thank,
too.
Me too. Thanks for being here. We're excited to be here, and we're going to talk a little today about an event that we're organizing next month called the Translation Technology Roundtable. It takes place on January 29th and 30th of 2024 at a venue called the Colorado Chautauqua, located in Boulder, Colorado. Richard, with all the buzz around AI and its impact on translation technology, why are you organizing a roundtable that addresses everything but AI? What are some of the other important topics related to translation technology that the roundtable discussions will focus on?
Yeah, I think to start with, let's position the buzz. The real buzz this past year has been about generative AI and large language models. And there are other conferences and other venues that focus on that. Um, it's a new technology. It's still quite a lot in the exploratory stage, and people are trying to figure out what to do with it. So it's kind of a future-oriented area of thought, and that's all okay. But in the meantime, there's a ton of real-world, present-day translation that needs to be done, and we have to keep the lights on today. We have to find ways to do it more efficiently, how to better leverage what we have, and how to make smart decisions that are good for today and for the near-term future, while this whole future pie in the sky stuff kind of gets sorted out, and then the hype goes away, and we get some of the realities of it. So we need to focus on what to do today as well, very much. And there's a lot of things that have to keep on going. The wheels have to keep on turning. That's where I want to focus.
I love that. And, it's interesting talking to some of our advisory board members. They still describe it as absolutely geeking out, and it's geeking out on all the other aspects of
Yeah,
translation technology other than AI. So,
yeah.
as I mentioned, you're being assisted in the planning for the roundtable by an experienced advisory board. It includes some leaders from client-side companies and leading technology companies, as well as a few from LSPs. Can you talk a little bit about how this group of thought leaders from diverse backgrounds is helping to shape the program? And what role are these folks going to have in moderating the actual sessions and setting the table for the topics?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, if the brief bios of the various board members are available on the Translation Technology website, on the Localization Institute site. Um, if you look at someone like Olga Bergovaya, she's comes from the vendor side. She's been a proponent of machine translation forever. Uh, Oleg Spoisoruk, he comes from the buyer side of the industry, a long history there. Uh, John Weisgerber comes, he's my kind of my pendant at XTM, whereby I'm at memoQ. Paula Hunter is from the buyer side, and she's been booted upstairs out of localization management per se into DevOps. Loic from Intel, Loic DeFresna, he comes from the buyer side and big enterprise. And then Eric Vogt also comes from the vendor side and process consulting. So we've got a real range of experience. I don't know if you added up the cumulative years. I've been in the industry for 35 years myself. I think most of the others have been there in the industry at least 20. So we're probably pushing 150 years of cumulative industry experience. Then if you add in the cumulative years of some of the participants who have been registered, several of them are industry players for 10 or more years. So this is a lot of knowledge that's going to be floating around in the room. Now, as to the way the roundtable works, it's all about interactive dialogue. It's different from a conference setting. We don't have a one-to-many information flow. It's at the TTRT, the board members serve as moderators for the sessions. Each one will take a session, and their job really is to encourage knowledge exchange and to keep people talking, keep the ideas flowing. This means asking provocative questions and positing provocative positions to promote discussion. I kind of function as the provocateur in chief. Um,
I
it,
love that.
if the conversation starts to die down, and then I'll put on my thinking cap and come up with something that's going to make people think and have to react and contribute. It's all about contributing and exchanging in an interpersonal manner. It's not a series of lectures in any way, shape, or form.
I really love that you brought that up because it's really important. This is very different than a typical industry event where you just have presentations going outward to an audience. In this case, too, these short little session speeches will only last 10 or 15 minutes, and then you have more of like a 90-minute discussion around the topic where everyone around the table has an equal chance to voice their opinion, share pain points, etc. So really interesting. And while we're on the topic, so the roundtable is returning to the Colorado Chautauqua in Boulder, Colorado. We held it there back in 2019. What's special about the venue, and how does it really, help having this kind of relaxed, rustic campus, in terms of helping foster feelings of fellowship, camaraderie, and trust among the attendees? Do you really think that people actually share more openly in these types of environments as opposed to the traditional conference format in hotels, conference centers?
That has certainly been the experience. We've done the Translation Technology Roundtable 3 times in the past prior to COVID. This is the first time we've done it in person again post-COVID. And then I've also been involved with a lot of localization roundtables in previous years. And this kind of retreat flavor, where there's an ambience that's it's away from the business as usual kind of atmosphere. It's absolutely not a sales event. Sales discussions are forbidden. We don't record any of the sessions. We don't publish any findings. What's said in the room stays in the room, or also, we hope, in the enhanced knowledge base that each individual participant takes away with them when they leave. We certainly have had the feedback that that's what has transpired in the past, and I have every confidence that it'll happen again. The board members who are helping me out some of them have been doing this with me since the beginning as well. So we're really pretty experienced in fostering the kind of fruitful atmosphere that promotes learning and getting new perspectives on things. And also that there's lots of opportunity to have one-to-one conversations in the breaks and at the meal times. Now, it's a small environment as well. We cap it at 30 participants. That's including the board members. And right now there's around 20 registrants. So the places are filling up, and it's well, there's just about 6 weeks, 7 weeks now till it's going to be happening. So if anyone listening to this video is inspired to join, better sign up soon. Otherwise,
yeah, another great point. We have to cap the size for 2 reasons. First of all, the size of the room, but more importantly, the size and the intimacy of the discussion, right? If you get over, say, 30 people, it makes it hard for people to have an equal voice. And, back in 2019, I know you had a great, and this is evidenced by the fact that we see a lot of the same people signing up from last time, but there are still about 10 spots open. It's going to be a really great discussion. I wonder, is there anything else, you want to let people know who are thinking about it, attending, for maybe someone who is seeking budget approval within their organization right now? Kind of what's the value proposition of participating in a roundtable as compared to just attending a traditional conference?
Yeah, well, what they're not going to be doing is listening to slick presentations or having the in-person equivalent of reading a glossy brochure. They're going to be interacting with people who have been there and done that, especially the board members. There are people that have rolled up their sleeves and done the unglamorous hands-on grunt work of making translation technology function. It's because it's a small, intimate environment. They'll be rubbing shoulders in a pretty rarefied atmosphere, and it's just real world. It's where the rubber meets the road. It's how to get things done. It's all about getting things done.
I love that. I love that. And, Richard, I really appreciate you taking time with me today. I'd like to direct anyone who watched the interview, if you want to find out more about the Translation Technology Roundtable taking place on January 29th and 30th of next year in Colorado, please check out the Localization Institute website. It's localizationinstitute.com. And under roundtables, under the training tab, you can find the Translation Technology Roundtable. And it has a lot more information on the venue, the fee, as well as information on what the event is going to hold. We will dine together. We'll have breakfast and lunch together. We'll have a seated dinner in the Chautauqua Dining Hall on Monday night. There's also going to be an opening reception in downtown Boulder on Sunday evening. So this is a lot more. It's a big package deal that you get with your fee, and it's going to be a great experience. And we hope to see you there. So, Richard, thanks for taking time with me today. I can't wait to see you next month in Boulder.
Thanks for facilitating the conversation, Alex. I appreciate it. Take care.
Have a good day.
Ciao.